Hello, people. A very happy evening to all of you. And first of all, let me extend a very warm welcome to Kalpriksh Academy. So, guys, all of you would have seen me. I think most of you would have seen me under the banner of Fortune's Fun Learning Academy. Today, you guys have upgraded, to Kalpriksh Academy for the CA Foundation course. So, guys, most welcome, most welcome, most welcome. So, let's have a quick look at the agenda for today's session. So there are certainly 10 points that I'm going to discuss with all of you. The first one being introduction of my own self, about my academy. Then from there on, we'll move to discuss the syllabus of the accountancy subject in the CA Foundation. And each chapter, what weightage does it carry from the examination point of view? That also we'll discuss. Moving on, after that, we'll be discussing the question paper pattern, which is very, very important to understand because it is very unusual or different from what you guys have already seen in your respective board examinations. So we'll have a look at the question paper pattern. And normally I have the habit of analyzing the past examination paper, like each question is come from which chapter. So I make a analysis of all the question papers since 2018. For every attempt I've made an analysis. Today I'll show one demo of the latest paper that I analyzed, which is a December 22 examination. So that I'll be showing it to all of you. Then we also make, chapter-wise analysis. For example, if you take up depreciation. So in which all attempt, the questions pertaining to depreciation has come. So that I'll give you an idea. So like that, I've made it for every chapter. So cumulative PEP. PEP stands for past examination paper, question analysis chapter-wise. Then we'll understand what are the materials that is required to be used for successfully scoring the highest mark under the CA Foundation. Then we'll also show you a couple of test papers that we correct. How do we correct the papers? You'll get a perspective of how the papers are being corrected. And then I'll be discussing the 4 pillars that is required to clear the CA examination, which means any level, be it foundation, inter or final. What are the 4 major things that you have to focus upon? Revision technique. I think this is something which I'll not discuss today. I'll be discussing as and when we start with the class. And I might tell you what is the timeline within which we are planning to complete the syllabus. So I'll be focusing today only about accountancy. Other faculties will give you a target of the respective subjects. So moving on. Well, that handsome guy on the screen is me. So guys, my name is Prathik Jain. I'm a chartered accountant by profession and a teacher by hardcore passion. So I completed my 12th standard in the year 2009. So that doesn't mean that you call me uncle. 2009 age is just a number, just number. But I'm as young as, anybody else. So 2009, I've completed my board examinations. After that, like all of you, even I had a dilemma. Should I be doing my college or not? So with all big, heavy heart, I decided not to do college for obvious reasons that I've been discussing with all of you. And I have enrolled myself for the, CA course. I gave my CA Foundation, CA inter attempts. So all the first attempts failed with no proper guidance, with no proper teaching facility. It was very obvious for us to fail. And then after having a learning curve at each stage, the second examination, what I gave, I had successfully gone through. So foundation cleared in second attempt, inter cleared in second attempt, final also cleared in second attempt. At every stage, I had something new to learn and explore, and understanding where I went wrong. Second time, it was easy all the more for me to crack it. So after completing my foundation in inter, I enrolled myself for articleship in a multinational auditing firm by name Deloitte in the year 2011. And I was there in Deloitte for about 4.5 years, in which the first 3 years were my articleship period. So all of you by now know what is articleship. Basically, it is a training that you have to undergo compulsory under chartered accountant. So that is 3 years. After that, I worked as an audit executive for about a year. And I was in meantime trying for my CA final examinations. And then finally, I cracked my CA final examination and I worked as a qualified chartered accountant after that for another 6 months. So this was my total duration in Deloitte for about 4.5 years. And I've got massive experience in Deloitte, working for auditing for, to be more specific, auditing for different industries. So we had hands-on experience on textile industry, robotic industry, pharmaceutical industry, estate, that is tea industry. So many different industries. I had got the opportunity to do audit, to understand the different business models. And I also had a perspective that how an entrepreneur thinks and runs the business. So being a Marwadi by nature, you always want to learn that how people operate the business, because people operate at such a large scale level. So what is it that required? So that kind of analysis and perspective oriented person I was. And then after that, I was little skeptical to continue my journey in the same auditing firm. So I wanted to experience something on the industry side. So I started looking for a new job in the industry side. So I kept on attending. I've kept on screening couple of companies who was giving some good job role. Like that, I came across one company in Coimbatore itself. So that was an agri-based private limited company. So I joined there as a senior finance manager, uh, heading the accounts and finance department at the age of 25. Whereas all the other department heads were all 33, 35, nearly about 40. So I was the young person to age the department, head the department. And there was a lot of guidance that was being given. And I had that sheer determination to lead. So with that, energy, zeal, enthusiasm, I had gone all the way to learn the management skills also from my director, who's supposed to be an MBA. And he had handled us in a very good way. So there I was about there for about 1.5 years. And then from there, I moved on to start my own practicing firm. So in 2017, when GST was introduced, so after that, just 2-3 months down the line, we started our practicing firm. I started with one of my friend. He was a partner with me. And then we continued this for about 2 years, 2 years plus. And we gathered a good amount of clients back then, because we had really worked a lot from the ground level, and we exploited a lot of contacts. And by virtue of that, we got a good client base in those initial 2 years. But then something was, I was not happy with. I was working, money was floating, is all fine. But they say, that at heart you should have that peace of mind or happiness. So that was something which I could not relate to, that practicing part. So then I discussed with my partners that I have something in my mind, to start taking classes. Because during couple of years ago, when I was doing my practice, some people praise the way I teach. And this happened specifically in Gold Farm, where I was working, because people said that, sir, you're a good teacher, why don't you teach? So back of the mind, that point was there, Pratik, why can't you teach? Why don't you try? But what was stopping me from teaching was, basically by nature, I was very an introvert person. Matlab, if you see me back in 12th, I am a guy who used to hardly open the mouth and talk. And if at all I talk, it'll be only my circle of friends. I don't make friends that easily. I'm not that comfortable making, friends. Then over a period of time, I understood that this nature doesn't work, especially if you are thinking that you want to lead somebody. If you want to be a leader, so leader needs to talk, right? So from there on, I gave my every possible attempt, again and again, to improve my communication skills. And at so many places, I miserably failed. And this happened even after after clearing CA. So after clearing CA, you're supposed to all of you also will be going this ICITSS program, orientation program, where you are supposed to go out there and present certain things. So even there I had hiccups, and I had my latest hiccup in 2017 when I was practicing. And that particular company for which we were auditor, they had called us on stage to talk something. So there also I fumbled. But I never took that as a setback. Every time I failed or when I fell down, I took it as a learning thing. And I was like, okay, we'll do it next time. I always had that thinking, we have to bounce back. Okay, it's okay, we as human beings, we will make mistakes, but what is more important is to work on it constantly and become or emerge victorious. So that mindset was very clear right from the beginning. So with that thing, we were a little skeptical that should I take teaching or not. Then with doubtfulness, little bit, I started teaching. I started taking first classes was the GST classes, for the tax professions. Those are GST practitioners and accountants are there, no? So for them, I started taking the GST classes, and the feedback was quite good. And I used to take in Tamil. So almost 90% of my class was in Tamil. And in Tamil and Hindi, if you take classes, no, the punch dialogues are much better. In English, that punch dialogue, it's very difficult to crack, right? So, but yeah, so with that, knowledge, I had gained a very good, feedback from all the students who participated in that GST training program. That motivated that, okay, now you are prepared for the, teaching journey. Then I was actually planning to take classes for CA intermediate and final for GST and income tax, because anyways I was taking GST for tax practitioners. So same thing I could have continued at the inter and final level, but God had different plans. During that journey, I came across a lot of students, from the 11th grade background, 12th grade background, and the CA foundation background, where they had complained about, not being able to understand the accountancy subject conceptually. And a lot of people had problem, in terms of, deciding what course they should be opting after 12th. So I immediately, realized that the problem which I was facing when I was in 12th, the same problem is still existing. So there is no specific solution for that even today. So I was like, I discussed with my family members and partners, and I told, see, at inter and final level, we were planning, but I feel at inter and final level, there are already so many people taking classes. I want to do something which is way different and unique and contribute in that way where I can be recognized in my, own perspective. So that's when I started taking classes for 11th and 12th, and I started doing guidance, mentoring, for the people. And so far I've mentored and guided over 1,500 people in a span of about four years plus. And this guidance and mentorship has been absolutely free of cost. Though this 1,500 is in short in number, but I'm sure in years to come, I am really hoping this 1,500 should turn into 15 lakh for 1.5 crores. And hopefully with God's will, it should happen. So currently what do I do is basically I take classes for 11th and 12th. Matriculation I was taking, then I couldn't find time. So I shifted it to CBSE and CA Foundation. So at present, I take classes for 11th and 12th CBSE and CA Foundation. And once the new scheme comes up, and two accounts are there at present at the intermediate level, and the talks are that these two accounts will be merged as one accounts. If that happens, then I might also start taking classes for CA intermediate. So by the time you finish your foundation and come to inter level, you might find me standing there holding the inter accounts to all of you. And if God permits, we'll also handle the CA final FR subject also for you. So that's all about me, guys. Moving on further, nothing big interesting story as such, but fine. So now, guys, the next point that I said that I'll be discussing is about the syllabus and the weightage of each chapter. Online people, are you all there with me or slept by now?
No, sir, we're there.
You're there. Okay. Only one girl is there. Others have slept. No, I know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So now, guys, your first chapter is going to be theoretical framework, which is a boring chapter. Well, theory means people feel it's a very, very boring topic. Not necessary. If things are explained in the way it is supposed to be explained, it could turn out to be interesting. And this topic is quite important from the examination point of view, because this will carry nearly about 5 to 10% every attempt. The minimum 5 marks, definitely they're going to ask, and it can go up to even 10 marks. So a lot of people try to skip this theoretical part, but not required. Everything is so easy to understand. In this, half of this is something which you've already studied in 11th. Like that you will think, but you wouldn't have studied, which I will again teach. Right? So very simple meaning and scope of accounting. What is accounting concept, principle, convention?
Yes, sir. Right. But the GS, some of the vendors, they're not even the GST.
There's a background noise. Please take care of that. Yeah. So accounting terminology, what is capital revenue expenditure? What is capital revenue receipt? Contingent assets, contingent liability, accounting policies. What is the valuation principles, accounting estimates, accounting standards, Indian accounting standards. It will all sound big as of now. Everything is chiller. Nothing is there in that. Trust me, I'm telling you. So solid 5 to 10 marks. Moving on further. The second chapter that you'll be studying is basically the accounting process. In other words, this is nothing but books of accounts, which is you'll be understanding the rules of debit and credit. So in matriculation, you would have studied only the concept of golden rule. which is an outdated concept. A better version of that, which is called as a modern rule, that you'll be exposed to here. So you'll be studying the rules of debit credit. You'll be studying the journal topic. You'll be studying ledger. Rules of debit credit, journal, ledger is put together, books of accounts. We'll understand what is the accounting cycle and accounting process. And then you'll understand how do we prepare the trial balance. And then finally, the third unit that you'll be studying is rectification of error. So out of these three topics, this is the most important topic, where every attempt, there is a question from rectification of error compulsorily. The weightage of this particular chapter is 25 to 30 marks. 25 to 30 marks can come from this segment. Rectification alone sometimes carries 10 marks. Sometimes they might give a question for trial balance for 10 marks. So 25 to 30, I would say instead of 25 to 30, you can say minimum 20 marks to 30 marks it can cover. But when I say minimum 20, doesn't mean that every attempt minimum 20 will come. Sometimes even it comes for 10 marks, just like that. So this is the weightage. The weightage might differ. This is an approximate weightage. And this is something which is given by the institute themselves. This is not something which I have created. This is an institute document which is very well available in the ICA website. The third topic that we'll be studying is bank reconciliation statement. So a lot of people try to by heart, add, subtract, right? So nothing like that. It's very conceptual, chapter. And here you'll be losing a lot of calories because you'll be doing a lot of dance in the BRS topic. So stay tuned for the BRS topic. Very, very important segment. So here, when I say 25 to 30 mark, this 25 to 30 mark, this is taking into consideration chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5 put together is 20 to 25 marks. Sorry, 25 to 30 marks. So bank reconciliation statement. So when I take the bank reconciliation statement, I'll give you an analysis that from this topic, in every attempt, how much questions were asked for how many marks, whether it was asked or not, that analysis I'll give you every time I start the chapter. So you'll get a clarity, what is the importance of the topic. So bank reconciliation statement, very important. Inventory, basically valuation of inventory. You would have heard me in the 12th standard mentioning that valuation of inventory, accounting standard 2, accounting standard 2. And I told you, in detail, I'll teach you accounting standard 2 in the CA foundation. So that time has come. So here we'll be discussing about accounting standard 2, very, very important concept. This is the 4th chapter. The 5th topic that we'll be discussing is concept and accounting for depreciation. The people, when they look at depreciation, they feel that, this we have already done. But yes, you have done it, but not completely, because in your 11th standard, this they covered only to a very minute extent. For example, if they taught you the methods of calculating depreciation, that was restricted to SLM and WDV only. But here there are 4 additional methods. And the depth of the question is even more, there extra compared to what you've studied in 12th standard. So this is a very, very important topic, because in every attempt, a question from depreciation is compulsory asked. Except in May 18 attempt, in every attempt, we had questions coming from depreciation. So these topics, that is rules of debit credit, journal, ledger, trial balance, rectification of error, bank reconciliation statement, inventories, and depreciation put together will come for nearly about 25 to 30 or 35 marks. Moving on will be your 6th chapter, accounting for special transaction. So these has multiple sub chapters. So there are 5 sub chapters. You can say units also. So here, something what you're already familiar with is bills of exchange. But some people you would have missed bills of exchange because it is omitted in 11th standard because of COVID. To reduce the portion, the bills of exchange was omitted. So you might be familiar or might not be familiar. So bills of exchange is one topic that we're going to study. Next is sale of goods on approval return basis, which is absolutely a new concept at the foundation level. So sale of goods on approval or return basis, excellent chapter. Consignment. This is the chapter which most people fear, but trust me, this is one of my favorite topics. Very interesting chapter. Nothing to fear when I'm here. So consignment, again, short, every attempt 10 marks. Hardly there has been 2 or 3 attempts where the question of consignment is not asked. I remember that was December 21 and December 22 attempt. But every other attempt they've asked consignment for solid 10 marks. So very, 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 very important topic. And for this, the understanding of your 11th standard financial statement and adjustment of financial statement is very much required. So again, this is a brand new chapter. Moving on, the next topic will be average due date. This is Jujubee chapter. Even an Amul baby can do this topic. Like that it is. Next is account current. Kind of easy chapter only. So generally in exam, between average due date and account current, there is an OR question. You have studied OR question, no, in a 12 board. Like that, generally in average due date and account current, generally there is an OR question. Or between sale of goods or accrual basis. In short, this is too big. No, I call this a SOGRA. Sale of goods on return or accrual basis or accrual or return basis. SOGRA in Marwadi, it's a eatable item. So this is something which is easy for me to relate. So generally, if you see, you know, the second one, fourth, and fifth, they all have an OR question. So either you get a question of SOGRA or average due date, or SOGRA or account current, or average due date or account current. And this will be for 5 marks maximum. So the sixth chapter comprises of 5 units, and this will in turn take total 15 to 20 mark as a total weightage, like 15 to 20 marks easily. Moving on further, you'll be learning the next chapter, the 7th chapter being the final accounts of the sole proprietorship concern. Now here there is a catch. You have studied the final accounts and adjustment of final accounts in your 11th standard. That was basically pure from the point of view of the non-manufacturing entity. Here in CA Foundation, you will study the same thing again. Final accounts with adjustment, little bit more complicated transactions. In addition to that, you will also learn how to prepare the final accounts for the manufacturing entity. Basically, those are manufacturing. So in the non-manufacturing entity, what did you prepare? Trading account, P&L, balance sheet. Here it will be manufacturing account, trading account, P&L, and balance sheet. Something new, but very exciting. So this somewhere is being asked for 30 to 40 marks. Solid area, but a lot of people struggle in this because they don't understand the adjustments properly, because when they would have studied this in 11th and 12th, no, they would have ended up by hearting. For example, salary or outstanding salary means add outstanding salary. They just remember and by heart. In accounts, I'm telling you very clearly, guys, there is nothing to by heart. Everything is so conceptual. You ask a question and it is not possible that I cannot answer or anybody cannot answer. Like till the end, why, sir, why this? Everything has got an answer. Such is the beauty of this subject. Mathematics, sometimes, you know, we get stuck really, what is the concept behind? But accounting is so conceptual. There is nothing to by heart. I'm telling you, even the formula, what you've studied in 11th and 12th standard, everything is derivable. In my class, I've shown it also, proved it. Karunya? Yes. So here, this is again an exciting topic, which has got a weightage of 30 to 40%. See, when they're telling that range of 30-40% means, it doesn't mean that minimum 30 marks will come. They're telling a range. Sometimes they can ask only a 10-mark question from this, or a 20-mark, 15-mark question. They're just approximately giving a weightage, right? But when you look at this weightage, don't decide that, you know, the chapter which has got high weightage I'll study, the others I'll leave it. We are not leaving anything. This is only for understanding purpose, to just get a feel. Everything we have to study, because our target is what? 100, no? Correct, no? Because 95 Siddhis already scored last batch. 90 was the first record, we said. Then the record was taken to 95. After 95, the next step is what? 100, no? So when you're aiming for 100, you cannot skip anything. Am I right? Online people, am I right or wrong? You can get 100, no?
Yes, sir.
And it is possible. 100% it's possible. When somebody can get 95, 100 is not too far. It is possible. So there is a proper knack in the CA to study. There's a proper process that I've derived, following which 100% I'm telling you it is achievable. Because when I gave this target to the last year students, you know, to touch or break the target of 90. So people like you were blinking. I mean, are you kidding me, sir? In CA Foundation, 90%? Like that, they gave a look. But one person has got 95, other person has got 90. No? First highest is 95, second highest is 90, then 89, then 88. So not difficult, achievable. Then comes the most deadliest topic, like that you will think, but that's not so. And which is your partnership accounts. This is your partnership accounts. There's only one change here. that in your 12th standard, I think if I talk about CBSE people, you would have studied dissolution. So your dissolution is not there. It is there in your CA intermediate. So you have your fundamentals, goodwill, change in profit sharing ratio, admission, retirement, death. For matriculation people, I think you never had dissolution in your syllabus. I think it was still death of a partner only, correct? So you had fundamentals, goodwill, admission, retirement, death. So here it is fundamentals, goodwill, change in profit sharing ratio, which is a new topic, very easy, similar to admission only. Then admission, retirement, and death. So you'll be studying one additional topic. Very interesting, nothing to worry. You may ask, sir, whatever we studied in 12th standard, everything is there. 100% everything is there. Depth will be slightly more. So whatever you have studied at 12th standard level, in foundation, the depth will be quite more. The way the questions are twisted will be a little bit more, but it is doable. Concepts will be also more. In partnership, you will be coming across few more additional concepts that you have not studied in the 12th standard level. So here, again, the weightage is 30 to 40%. So basically this 30 to 40% is nothing but final accounts, partnership, financial statement, NPO. That is basically NPO, all three put together. So almost if you see, 10 mark question comes from every chapter, 10 to 15 marks. For example, in certain attempts, this comes for 10 mark. This will come for 15 mark. And this will come for 10 marks. So here itself, 35 marks come. So it's a combination of question. They have designed the question paper pattern in such a way, guys. Almost 90% of the chapters they'll touch. Hardly 1 or 2 chapters they will not be able to ask questions. Rest everywhere they'll touch upon the question. So financial statement of a not-for-profit organization. I think 12 state board people, you would have studied this. But again, in foundation, the depth is quite more. And for CBC people, this was deleted last year. So you have no clue about this. So we have to study this properly. But this is a very, very easy topic. Like that you will think. But actually it is easy only. Actually it is easy only. Then comes your last part. Last chapter, which is Introduction to Company Accounts. And this carries a weightage of 10 to 15 marks. The latest previous examination, they asked a question for 15 marks. So Introduction to Company Accounts. Company accounts is nothing but issue of shares and issue of debentures. So 12 CBC people, you would have studied both. And one good thing about this company accounts is that in 12 CBSE, with what depth you have studied, the same depth is there in the foundation. So last 3 batches, I never took foundation for I never took this chapter for the foundation people. Whatever I taught in 12 CBSE, with that itself, these people themselves worked out everything. Everything they themselves worked out. Equal level, no change. I'll also teach you, but there's something which is already done. Like that you can think in mind. But matriculation people, you would have studied only issue of share capital. So for you here, issue of debenture is a new chapter, but very jujube chapter. Issue of share capital is studied properly, debentures is nothing. Clear with this part? So this will carry a weightage of 10 to 15 marks. Now you may ask a question, sir, theory, will they ask? Direct theory question, because I observed a lot of board people that they are very obsessed that, sir, we don't want theory. Theory is something which is difficult. They want practical. But let me tell you, you have direct theory questions, which will range about 4 to 8 marks. Direct theory questions. So what kind of a theory questions they'll ask you, I'll give you the pattern of it. So with that, you can make out and you can decide what to study and what not to study. So guys, this was your syllabus. And if you see, everything is familiar to what you studied in 11th and 12th. So same chapters, but depth is going to be even more. It is going to be even more steep, right? Point number 1. Second point is you would have come across some additional new topics, such as inventory. Accounting standard 2 is a new topic. Then consignment, average due date, account current, SOGRA is a new topic. For few people, change in profit sharing ratio is a new topic. For some people, issue of debentures is a new topic. For some people, NPO is going to be a new topic. Right? So, but 50% is coming from the base of your 11th and 12th. So it is not going to be Greek and Latin. Unlike when you go to intermediate and final, everything will be absolutely brand new. Here, you don't have that feeling because this is something which has got to do with 11th and 12th. So you'll have that similar kind of feeling. You will not feel the questions are new. So there is no need to get that anxiety or panic that, oh shit, we are in foundation. This is a chiller course, I'm telling you. Nothing. It's all Hawa they have created about, CA, that very difficult, very tough. I'll tell you each and every step what you're supposed to do. And I'm telling you very clearly, any student here in our academy, the rule is they will not talk about whether they'll pass or not. Our discussion will be that what will be your score? Will you cross 300 or not? Will you break the record or not? Will you touch 90 or 95 or not? That is the conversation we have. So imagine what is the mindset that I'm trying to create. A lot of people, they think that, I've studied a little bit, I'll pass. Think about passing. If you think about passing, failure is very near. If you think about scoring, passing is nothing. It's jujube. So that is the mindset that all of you should carry. I told you in 12th standard when I did this motivation session, all of you should feel like gundas and gundis. Nobody is bigger than you. When you prepare for the CA journey, whether it is foundation, inter or final, consider yourself as gundas and gundis. Rowdy Mari, you should study. You should go and perform like a rowdy in the examination hall and come. 90, 95 you should get only and come. That is the target. Okay? Can I do it? Online people, can we do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. No energy. Can we do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Very simple. I'll motivate you. In return, you motivate me. We'll motivate each other and score the target of 300 plus and 90 plus. Now moving on further. Any doubts or questions that you have with regard to syllabus and weightage? Offline people, any doubts? Are you clear with the syllabus? Looks very familiar. Nothing to fear. Very good. Online people, any queries?
No, sir.
Everybody,
No.
come on.
No, sir.
Fantastic. Only 2-3 people answered. Others are sleeping online. I know, I'm telling you, sleeping.
No, sir.
This is the syllabus for the other chapters, which I will not be discussing. I mean, other subjects, which the respective faculties will be discussing. So I'm just skipping that. Moving on. Going on and on. This is what we want. This is your December 22 question paper. Akka, remember Silka? So before I take you through the question paper, let me give you an understanding how this paper looks like. I mean, what is the pattern? Okay, I told you, I'll be giving you analysis. I'll give you PP question analysis. This is like this. So this is basically December 22 question paper. So you will be getting totally 6 questions, guys. Question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 questions. And each questions will have sub questions. So question number 1 is a compulsory question which you cannot leave. Totally 6 questions, guys. Okay. Now understand this pattern. Okay. Totally 6 questions. In that, 5 questions will be for 20 marks. In that 5 questions, that let's suppose if I take the first question, there'll be multiple sub questions. 1A, 1B, 1C. So all of them put together 20 marks. So every question is for 20 marks. And there'll be one question for 25 marks. Why? Because I told you, there'll be one OR question. So one OR question means OR question 5, one more OR question 5. So that's how it becomes 25. I'll be showing how it is. So basically, your paper will be totally for 125 marks. And you have to attend it for 100 marks. I'll give you the clarification how it is 125. Don't panic. So 5 questions into 20, 1 into 25. So 5 into 20 is how much? 100. 1 into 25 is 25. So total question paper is for 125 marks. Now let's understand this. In that 5 question, guys, I mean in the 6th question, in the 6 questions, question number 1 is always compulsory. Question number 1 is compulsory. You have to attend it, which is for 20 marks. Out of remaining 5 questions, that is question number 2 to question number 5, you have to write any 4. Question 1, compulsory. How many marks? 20 marks. Then we have question 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Question 2 to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of the 5 questions, you have to attend any 4 into 20 marks. So it will be 80. So 80 mark and 20 mark. Total is how much? 100. Any problem here? Online people, any problem here?
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
So your question 1, guys, the first question, guys, is always true and false for 12 straight marks. So you will get 6 questions. Each question will be for 2 marks. So you'll be asking a question and you have to mention true or false. So true or false you will get for that 1 mark, and you have to give an explanation for that. Why it is true and false. For that, you will carry another 1 mark. So like that, 2 marks. So 6 into 2, 12 marks. And I told you, there'll be direct theory questions. So in your December 22 examination attempt, there was a theory question of difference between provision and contingent liability. And I tell you, ICA is madly in love with this question. In May 2018 till date, December 22, 2-3 times they've asked this question, direct question. So ICA is madly in love with this question. So you also should fall in love with this question. 4 marks, difference between. All the difference between which is given in the respective chapters. Very, very important. Everything has to be in fingertips. Then depreciation. So there is one question from depreciation topic, which was pertaining to WDV method. So that was for 4 mark. Analysis means what? What questions is coming from which chapter and what type of a question is coming. So that also I'll be give you. So you'll get a clarity. So what is the maximum type of questions they're asking? That trend analysis is only for knowledge purpose. You don't make any analysis and calculation out of it. You have to study 100% only. This chumma extra, because we are CA, CA are known to analyze a lot of things. We cannot keep sitting and doing metty work. So we keep on doing this analysis related work. Like that, when I was free, I did this analysis only for knowledge purpose. You don't take it to your heart. And you don't sit and make further analysis and decide that this I should study and this I should not study. Everything we are studying. Because our target is 100. Online people, our target is
100.
very good.
100.
Only 1% said 100. Others don't want 100.
100, sir.
And then you have to tell, no? If you keep on telling 100, 100, 100 only, then you will get 100. So question 2. Here, if you see 10, 10 mark each. So every segment is 20 marks. So this is 20 marks. This is 20 marks. So BRS question 10 marks. Rectification of error 10 marks. Question number 3. Bills of exchange 15 marks. And here I would like to share one experience of December 21 examination. So if you take your bills of exchange topic from your ICA study module, the basic concepts that we study in 11th, the questions, those are 8 cases, basic 8 cases, which is there in your 11th standard material, that is not covered in ICA. But I have this habit of covering it from there. And it so happened that in that particular attempt, the question was asked from that basic concept, which is not there in your ICA module. And since I took that basic concept, a couple of people, they came and said me, sir, you took this concept, no? This is not there in the module, but still they've asked. So thank God we did the TSG book. And from that, the question had come. So bills of exchange, people underestimate. Look at this one, 15 marks they've asked for. A lot of people think this is chiller chapter, they'll not ask. 15 marks, every attempt there's a question. Lovely chapter, very easy topic. Then I told or question will be there. So account current or average due date, there is a or question. Now 5 mark for account current, 5 mark for average due date. In that you will get any one. But question is asked for how many marks totally? 25. Now you understood how it came 25. 25 mark question is asked, but you will write only 20 mark question because 1 5 mark you will leave in choice. Okay, Anu. Question number 4, if you see partnership, they've asked admission related questions. So I have marked this also. From which sub-chapter they asked, whether it's admission, retirement, death, fundamental change in BSR. Like that, I'll give you an idea also. So this is asked for 10 marks. NPO, they asked to prepare the receipt and payment and balance sheet. Reverse working. In your 12th stand, we have forward working. Here it is reverse working, they've asked. 10 marks. So how much again? 20 marks. Out of 25, you'll attend only for 20 marks. So everything 20, 20 only will attend. So question number 5, subsidiary book, triple column cash book. They've asked for 5 marks. Now here there is a catch. State board people, matriculation people, whatever you studied in your 11th standard, subsidiary book, same thing is there. CPSC, there is a problem. We have studied single column and double column cash book. And the method what we studied is not applicable here. So you'll have to redo the subsidiary book properly. And more specifically, it is the cash book that you have to redo it, relearn it. And you have to unlearn what you've learned in the CBSE. Otherwise, purchase book, sale book, purchase return, sale return book, everything is same, nothing different. So cash book alone, there is a change for CBSE people, but matriculation, you're lucky enough, the same concept. Again, if you see here, partnership here, 10 marks they've asked, no? Here again in question 5, they asked goodwill, super profit method, capitalization method, again 5 marks. So 10 plus 5, 15 marks from partnership topic. Lot of matriculation people, I've observed the trend that they skip this partnership topic. But this is, I'm telling you, an easy topic, worth doing it, nothing to be skipped. Final accounts of a non-manufacturing entity for 10 marks. So again, this is for 20 marks. And question number 6, company accounts, they've asked for the issue of share capital. So here, the forfeiture, reissue, all that we studied, the pro rata table and all, what we studied in CBSE, same thing is applicable. For matriculation people, you wouldn't have studied in that depth, so you have to study properly in deep. So here it's for straight 15 marks, guys, 15 marks. And then the last question, question 6B, they've asked again a direct theory question. So how many direct theory questions? One here, 4 mark, and another here, 5 marks. So 9 mark direct theory questions. Apart from that, true and false also is theory. So these theories are revolving. If you see, that first theory topic, that will carry nearly about 5 to 10 marks. So here, this theory is basically, they've asked 5 examples of directly attributable cost. This is nothing but a concept pertaining from the depreciation topic, which a lot of people have left this question in choice. They were like, they didn't understand what is theory questions. So this is again is for 20 marks. So question 1 is compulsory, people. Question 1 is compulsory. Let me change the color of the pen. This is compulsory, 20 marks you have to attend. So how many remaining questions? 5 questions. Remaining 100 mark question. In that you have to take any 4 and attend for 80 marks. So 20 plus 80, you will get 100. You will get 100. This is your pattern. This pattern remains same. Unlike your board paper where there is section A, section B, nothing here. These 6 straightforward questions, guys. Nothing more, nothing less. And the pattern since 2018 has remained the same. Before 2018, we didn't have foundation. We had something called a CA.CPT. It was MCQ. Accounts also was MCQ. Kaun banega crorepati? They'll give 1 question, 4 options. You have to choose from that. So all of us, what we'll do? Inky, pinky, ponky, father had a donkey, and people will pass. Now, since 2018, no more like that. If you conceptually know accounting subject, you can clear. And why the change is because, the fact was that a lot of people had played on their luck. So since it was MCQ, people could get through. And people are struggling a lot at the inter and final level because they didn't have the basics properly done. And therefore, at the inter and final level, people had a lot of disastrous failure that they met. Because of that, ICA was forced to make a decision to make the accounting and law subject descriptive. So you have to write and study all these concepts properly. So your 11th and 12th, guys, what you've studied is going to act as a base for foundation, and foundation is going to act as a base for inter and final. So everything, every nook and corner, conceptually, you have to know. There is no by-hearting of the formats, no by-hearting of formula. Only then your journey in the inter and final level will be smooth. And when you go for articleship, when people ask you, what is this? You'll be in position to answer. Otherwise, what will happen? They'll ask you a question, then you'll say, no, sir, my teacher only said, if this comes, do like that. If this comes, do like that. By heart, like that, you can tell me. But if you go and tell your boss, he will kick you out. I mean, not literally kick you out. What will be our image, man? Come on. So you have to learn everything conceptually. So let's go back to your question paper. This is how the question paper looks like. Take a photocopy of that, put multiple frame. When you do Udbati, Agarbati, do also for question paper so that you get some good question paper. This is how the paper looks like, guys. So question 1, I said, it is compulsory always. So you have to attend any 4 questions of the remaining 5 questions. So read the instructions carefully. Normally they don't change it, but always have the habit of reading it. So I told you, the first question is what? State with reason, true and false. So true and false, if you write 1 mark. Reason, if you write properly, 1 mark. Now here I'll tell you one thing very clearly. In CA journey, whether it is foundation, inter or final, you cannot write shit in the paper. Which means what? If any question is asked in our school, so what do we do? If you don't know the answer, we'll write something in come. Because our aim is what? To fill something in come. Here there is no game of filling the question paper. If there is a question for 2 marks, if you write the 2 expected points, you get full 2 marks. There is no need to show that full 3 or 4 paragraphs. You write to the point because you are a professional person. So professional people cannot talk about in roundabout way. If you have to tell in a very local way, you cannot do loose talks. Right? If you are asking, if somebody approaches you, you are a CA, if somebody approaches you, you cannot talk nonsense to them. You have to talk to the point. So right from the beginning, CA teaches you that point. So whenever any question is being asked, be prepared and learn to answer it to the point. That is the whole idea. So 6 questions, each 2 marks, so total 12 marks. Like that, the question paper is given. I can put this in the group. You can just have a look at it. And this document is also available in the CA website. Any queries at this point of time, please let me know. Online people, I hope you're not feeling bored, no? Disha,
No, sir.
Navya, Jivitesh, Mahalakshmi,
No, sir.
Sai, Sanjay, Soumya, Yogi.
Not yet both, sir.
No, sir.
Super. Somebody join with the name. It's media. I don't know who's that. Somebody is like, it's media. Left or there. Who was that? Mahalakshmi.
Yes, sir.
That's unga pera.
Sir.
Okay, super. So guys, any difficulty? So we have discussed so far what? Syllabus is over, question paper pattern is over, PP question analysis is over. Now we have to do cumulative PEP analysis. Now what I meant by that was, yeah, this is PP analysis of depreciation topic. That is, whenever I take every chapter, that time I'll give you an analysis that from this topic, how many questions were asked in the examination, in which all attempt, and for how many marks. In which attempt it was asked, how many questions was asked, and for how much mark it was asked. I'll give you these 3 analysis. So here if you see, CA Foundation started in the year May 2018. In the first year, that is the first attempt, they did not ask any question from the depreciation topic. In May 18, there was no question asked. But after that, if you observe, every single attempt, there is a question from the depreciation topic. So this means what? This is the highest important topic. And if you see here, I've given the weightage. In November 18, they've asked for 4 marks. SLM method. May 19, 10 marks. New method. Change in method of depreciation. It's a new topic, new concept. WDV, then theory, direct theory question. In one attempt, that is in November 20, for 5 marks, they only asked the direct theory question, no practical question. So you will study nicely all the practical questions and go. And when you look at the question paper, what will you get? Theory. But when your aim is 100, everything you have to study and go. So Jan 21, 10 marks. SLM method, then 4 mark, 5 mark, 10 mark, 4 mark. Now, in December 22 attempt, 2 times they asked the question. In question number 1C, compulsory question, a 4 mark theory question. 4 mark depreciation practical question. And in question 6B, there was a theory question. So total 9 marks. So like this, I'll be giving you an analysis for all the chapters. So you'll get a perspective that how important each topic is. Okay with this? Not okay? If you don't want, I'll not give. If you want, I'll give. You want?
Yes.
Online people, do you want this kind of analysis or I'll leave it?
Give, sir.
No, sir. It's good.
Good, no? Only one person said online good. So only to that person I'll send. I'll not send to anybody else. You wait and watch.
Sir.
Then tell
Thank
no,
you,
you
sir.
motivate me, no. Hello, sir, he's done so much hard work.
Sir.
But good word for praising. Sir, excellent, sir. But too good. Did you get that in previous, please? Either like that. This kind of analysis. Nice, no? I'm a good teacher. Good analyst. Good. Now, very important material to use for study. Now I'll tell you guys. ICAI documents. You have to refer only these documents. People do a mistake of not working out the questions from the ICAI study module. That is, SM means study module. This is basically the book that you will get once you complete your registration process. 100% this book has to be worked out minimum twice, minimum 2 times. If time permits, 3 times. Second thing that you have to look into is MTP, which is nothing but mock test paper. Before you take up your examination, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India will release the mock test paper before every attempt. Since May 2018 up to date, even till December 22, we have taken into consideration all the MTPs. Every MTP questions you have to work out. Unfortunately, these MTP questions in the ICAI website, they keep on deleting one attempt after the other. So you may not find all the MTP questions since May 2018 in the ICAI website, but we have been collating it and keeping it. So we have all the mock test papers. This is very, very important. Sometimes we have seen scenarios where a question which is not covered in the study material, but asked in the MTP is being asked in the examination. So people who is not going through MTP, for him that question is something new. So MTP are very, very important. Third is revision test paper, RTP. Revision test papers will come. So in every, we used to get booklets those days. Now it is coming in form of soft copy. So basically for every chapter, they'll give you different kinds of question. Sometimes similar to what is there in the study module, and sometimes a fresh new kind of questions. So RTP since 2018, you have to work out all the questions from the respective chapters. And the third document that you have to, fourth document that you have to go through is PEP. PEP means what? I just said you. Past examination. Yes. These 4 documents, you have to solve it minimum twice. There is no option if your target is to score center. A lot of people, they deviate from this and work out from some author's book. Here, ICAI is asking questions revolving around these. So this is mandatory. In addition to that, you will follow one additional book, a special book which I'll give you. So that special book also you'll follow. That book is going to make all your basic concepts super duper strong. So this special book, I'll not reveal it now. I'll reveal it only when we start taking the class. Now all this, not the 5th one, all the 4 modules or the documents, it is scattered in different places. So our students found it very difficult. The first 2 batch students found it very difficult because one place there is study module, some other place MTP, some other place RTP, PEP. It is scattered. So what I did is we spent nearly about 6 to 8 months to combine all this in one single document called as a scanner. And here I present the scanner in front of all of you. This is that scanner. So here, if you see the questions from the ICAI study module in the same order, first ICAI study module is covered. Then once you go down below further, all the illustrations question, book back question, everything is covered. Further, RTP questions, PEP. So this question RTP PEP together means what? The same question was asked in RTP May 20. So I just don't tell RTP. I said RTP, which attempt RTP? So RTP May 20 question. This is PP May 2019 question. So this question was asked twice. Once in RTP, another in PEP. And which year also this is mentioned. So it becomes easy for you to understand. Again, RTP May 21 question. So we have combined all the RTP, MTP and PEP questions. So you don't have to visit multiple books. This one book is good enough for you to clear. So in my class, I'll be using only this scanner book while teaching. So this will take care of all your 4 documents. In addition to that, we'll be doing a new book, a special book, which is going to make your basics very, very strong. Now, this was with regard to the materials for use, materials that you use for studying for your CA Foundation accounts. Now, tell me if you have any doubts. Online people? Any doubts, please? Adi, Mahalakshmi, Disha,
No,
Jitesh, Navya, Ruby, Sai, Soumya, Yogi.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
so the
boss.
scanner question is like chapter wise or all
It's
chapters
chapter
together?
wise. Chapter wise.
So will you like, if you send it in like Pele, then we can take like a Xerox and make a book out
Yeah,
of it?
so I'll do that. There's a catch there, so that is something which I'll discuss it when I start the class. I got your point. I'll do that, but there might be a small lag in that, and why that there is a lag, I'll tell you that also.
Okay, sir.
So, any questions so far? Whatever we have discussed. Where were you? No problem. Recording is available, so don't worry, guys. 7th one, paper correction and methodology. Paper correction methodology. Basically, see, I told you test is very important. When I did the admissions for all of you, I told you that we lay a lot of emphasis on test. In test, what is more important is correction. Correction done by respective expert people, not by just putting an into mark or tick mark. It should come with proper comments. So I would like to show a couple of test papers so that you can get an idea how the papers are being corrected. See, its overall response has to be given. For example, let me start here. So like this, you will get an overall comment, how the overall attempt of the paper has been. And everywhere where you go down further, wherever you have made mistake, the mistakes is highlighted and a comment is given then and there, so that you'll get to know what wrong you've done. Why? Because taking test alone is not sufficient, people. Taking test, analyzing where you've gone wrong is even more important. The ultimate purpose of test is what? To identify the weakness that lies within you and the leakages that is happening. So once it is identified, what is your work? To tap those leakages and to convert your strength to weakness. So correction will play a very, very vital role. And this is something which I keep on insisting and telling to everybody right from the beginning. And this is something which we, do, which we have upper hand always. So there's some comment or the other that has been given. If there is something wrong, you will get the wrong thing mentioned. But apart from that, you will also get the suggested answers. So once the test is being done, you get the paper, you get the suggested answers to cross check what is the right answer. Like suppose you've done something wrong. So what is the right answer? You get the suggested answers for that also. And for some question papers, you'll also get to see the toppers paper of all the people those who have taken the test, who has topped it, who has scored the full marks, or who scored whoever has scored 80-90%. Their paper also you'll get to see, just to cross check what is or how the paper is different from them. How is your paper different from theirs? So accordingly, even you can identify. Is it because of the handwriting that you're losing mark? Is it because of the concept that you're losing mark? So what is the reason? So you can just compare the papers as well. Again, an overall comment, how the performance has been. Your overall performance is fine. Try hard to achieve more score in exam, etc. Whatever points they want to mention, the experts will give that. Whether you have a understanding good or not, presentation is good or not. So you should see, it is very important. If you're doing something good, that should be acknowledged, and you should be, be informed that, you're good at it. So that gives a sense of confidence. If every time we poke you that you're not good, you're bad, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, it's kind of a dejection and demotivation. So I feel that there should be a proper dosage of motivation and demotivation. I mean, not demotivation, real sense. It should be a proper balance of motivation and pricking you wherever required. So this is how the question paper is being corrected. All the comments will be there wherever required, so you get a fair idea. Online people, are you clear with what I'm trying to show all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic, fantastic. This is another paper. You can see something like this also. Calculate the interest for 6 months and not for the whole year. Read the questions carefully and work out accordingly. It's very important that you need to know that where you're going wrong. So your analysis, to some extent, it is made easy, because when you read the comments, you know where you're going wrong. Little bit of more analysis, you'll get to know how to overall manage. Moving on. The 4 pillars that are required to clear any CA examination. I feel this is a very, very important point, which you have to put it nicely into your head. Can you see this screen, all of you online people?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
4 pillars for clearing CA course successfully. The first pillar is the right choice of classes. First of all, here what I intend to mean is a lot of people try to do self-study. Sometimes at people at foundation level, some people at inter and final level. Yes, with self-study, some people clear, but not everybody. So some people looking at other people, okay, he or she has done the self-study and cleared. So even let us also do the self-study and clear. Like that, they'll try and they'll screw up the entire journey. And the last. Yeah. So what I was discussing? Self-study. So self-study is basically, that is something which I avoid because I've seen people trying to do self-study and not able to clear attempts. Then they come back again, take up classes and go forward. Second is the choice of classes has to be based on what kind of services they are willing to offer. I have discussed what kind of services we give. I would have shared the poster with all of you. Those services is very important to ensure that till the very end, you travel with somebody who can mentor and guide you and take it forward. That room, ma. First room खोलना इसमें इस दोनों में से एक होगा. Try just open it inside. So right choice of right choice of class is very important. This comprises of 35% of your success. This takes care of 35% of your success. A lot of people feel that classes is everything. If I choose the best brand, 100% clear, nothing like that. Any classes, be it even my class, or you go to any top classes anywhere in the world, they can contribute only 35% of your success. Success means for me 100%. 100% means what? Clearing the examination is 100% success. I'm not talking about getting 100 or 100 is success. Clearing examination is successful. So for getting that success, the classes, what you do, will play a role of only 35%. The role of the class is to make your learning or understanding very easy. When you try to do self-study, what happens is basically your knowledge is restricted to the language what you read and interpret from the textbook. But when an expert person teaches, he gives you a very broader and wider perspective, which you will otherwise not get it. And this entire 4.5 years of journey, what is your job other than learning? So it should always be learning. Once you become CA, self-learning is always there. So today I'm a CA. Am I going to anybody to learn? So whatever the updates are coming, we are doing self-learning. But for you to become capable of doing self-learning, how to learn, how to read, that base is very important. So any academy, their job is only to make the concepts, very simplified and put it into your mind. That's why I say that the success contribution from the class is only 35%. Sir, then balance is what? I'll tell you. The next thing, which is very, very important, what people don't, give importance to, is revision techniques. And in my opinion, this will contribute another 35% of your success. So classes and revision techniques takes care of, put together, 70%. And this revision technique is something which I have customized for myself when I was preparing for my CA intermediate and CA final level. I had certain learning curve, with my revision techniques. So I made mistakes in my revision, and over a period of time, I realized that these revision techniques differ from person to person, subject to subject, situation to situation. And this is something which is customized to different students. Even for you, I might give you a general revision technique, but that may or may not work out for you. So you will come back to me and tell me that, sir, this is not working out. What can I do? So I'll understand, a lot of things from you by shooting a lot of questions. And for you, I'll be doing a customized revision technique. And this is contributing another 35% of your success, which is equivalent to your class. And in CA, one of the biggest reasons why people fail is that they don't do adequate revision in the appropriate way. Now, touch your heart and tell all of you guys, when you were giving your board exams, that is this board exam, throughout the year, how many times have you given? I mean, how many times you've studied? How many times you've revised? How many times? Same book again, again. For your midterm test, quarterly test, second midterm, half yearly, third midterm, revision 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cycle test, monthly test, this test, that test, pre-boards. How many times? Then you went for the board exams where you had a confidence that, okay, I can do this paper, and you came out of the examination hall with smiling face, sir, I'll clear, I'll get so much marks. But in CA, why is it that when people come out, they don't come out with, happy faces? Why is it they come out with the gloomy faces? Because they don't do adequate revision. So when they go into the examination hall, when they read the question, they get blank out. They're totally blank. So revision is very, 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 very important. How many times you study? Within what gap? Like if you're doing my class today, let's suppose, within how many hours you have to do the first revision? Next, within how many days second revision? With how many days third revision? Then how many days fourth revision? And this will differ. This time duration differs from subject to subject, person to person, situation to situation. This technique is very, very important. Not everybody will get this technique. Next, the third pillar for success is right amount of test. Touch your heart and tell me, before you took up the board examination, people, how many times you have written the test? How many tests? Right from April, May. For CBSE people, this thing starts in the month of March, April itself. Preparation for matriculation somewhere in April, May. Special classes. Until February. How many times have you written the test? How many times? Count and tell me. 15, 20, 25, countless. Sir, we don't remember counts. Online people, you remember your counts? Your school test, your tuition test, uncountable tests you've written. You've written so many tests that you identified what your weakness is. You identified where the leakages is. And you kept on working on it, and you kept on improvising. You kept on improvising so that finally when you gave your main examination, you had no fear. So when you walked in the examination hall in the board exam, you went with the confidence and you came out with the confidence. But in CA examination, neither people go with confidence nor they come out with confidence. That's why in CA there is maximum failures. In CA, why people maximum fail? In my guidance program, I give you a list of items. In that the top 2 items where people fail is not doing revisions adequately and not giving tests properly. Now you understood why I gave 60 to 80 tests. So that your confidence will be high. This contributes 20% of your success. Ask how many people go and write test. First of all, there are academies, they don't even conduct tests properly. Hardly test. In that also they say that correction, they don't correct the paper and give. What is the point of giving the test? Correct, no? Test is very, very important. We cannot compromise on the test. And this will contribute 20% to your success. So 35 plus 35 plus 20 is how much? 90% success is guaranteed. But one more pillar is very, very important, which is guidance pillar. Right guidance at right time. During this journey, you will often, be confused what to do, what not to do, and how to do things. So it is very important that you need to have a right mentor who has got all the experiences, so far, who can give you a different suggestions depending on the situation. If you take my example, my journey with CA Institute has been since 2009. 2009 till now, how many years? 14 years. So my experience dates back to 14 years. Point number 1. Second is, in last 4 years, my 4 dedicated years, every day on an average 2 to 3 hours, I'm counseling students right from 11th, 12th, foundation, inter and final. So what kind of thought process you have? What kind of bad experiences you had? What kind of good experiences you had? Everything is there in my mind. So today when I'm talking to you, it's not only my experience. I have the experiences that I'm carrying of my friends who are studying with me. Their good decisions, their bad decisions. And in last 4 or 5 years, I've met so many students. their good decisions and bad decisions is there in my mind. So today when I advise you, I'll advise on the behalf of all those people. It's not that I'm advising on my part alone. I don't go by gut feel. I go with data. So guidance is very important. Even though you prepare well, even though everything goes well, at various stages of your life in the CA journey, you will need a mentor to guide you at, at a minute level. Sometimes a group guidance like this is fine. And sometimes this is not okay. You might need a one-to-one guidance. So we are expertise in that. And we believe that we need to give one-to-one guidance wherever required. That's why we often go with limited students. We don't go with heavy students, so that we can focus on people better, so that we can extract the performances in a better way. And if I want to target hundreds of students, then accordingly, I should be putting such experts, multiple experts with all of you. In a group of, let's say, 30, 40 people, one expert to mentor and guide you like that. Because guidance is something which has to be done throughout, and there is no compromise on that. That I'm very clear, because without guidance, the amount of sufferance that I have undergone, I mean, I've not had tears in my eyes. I had bled tears in my eyes. To that extent, I was, cornered. So it is very important that you have a mentor to guide you at every step, which I can do it. So often, people ask, what is more important for you, family or students? I say both. I cannot compromise my family because of students, nor I can compromise on my students because of family. Both are my family. Both are equally important. Right? So that is the kind of a feeling that I have for all my students. And all the CBSE people who have studied with me, and you'd have seen that 5 days I was there with all of you throughout. So we just completed the CBSE examination on 31st of March. So they had 5 days of holiday. We were attending calls till 11:30, 12:30 in the midnight. I mean, the last day, that is one day before exam, the call went up to 2:30. And what brought tears to my eyes is that next day when the students completed the exam and they came out. So I had got calls from few parents and students. So where they were mentioning that, like, sir, like your kids, you had been, taking care of your students throughout that 5 days. There were certain of their friends whose accounts tuition teacher or school teacher, just they put a message in the last day saying that all the best. Nothing in those 5 days. But I was there throughout for those 5 days with the kids wherever they required. And that is only because I feel that every student is my family. And I want to show that impact. And that's why so many students who have completed the journey with me, 11th, 12th and foundation, they stick on to us. And more than me, they do marketing for me. Because that is the kind of bonding and attachment we have. And I believe that bonding is very important for one to grow. No, it's just not like you give fees, I teach and we go. I always believe that if you are in this world, relationship is equally important. That bonding and nourishment is, that is very much important. So like that, I am. So this will contribute another 10% of your success. And this put together becomes 100%, which means if you want to clear your CA course successfully, these 4 pillars needs to be properly balanced. Yes, there are so many other points as well, which you have to take into consideration while you prepare in order to clear. But these among those points, these 4 are the main. Other points I'll be keeping on repeating again and again when I do the classes. So this is what I wanted to discuss with all of you guys. So yes, syllabus, revision, 4 pillars I've discussed. Revision technique in specific I'll discuss when I start taking the classes. And syllabus completion, guys, I'll tell you, there's one catch here, that we are not sure when the examination is going to happen, whether it is going to be in November or December. Before COVID, the examination used to happen in May and November. Every May, after May, November. After COVID, it shifted, the cycle got automatically shifted to June and December. So the last examination which was conducted was in December. And now the exam that is going to happen there, it is going to happen in June for CA Foundation. Whereas for inter and final, it is going to happen in May, next month. But for foundation, it is June. So by that virtue, I feel that since the examination is getting over in June, the cycle will follow in December only, I feel. But I say it's like judge me and I'll prove you wrong. So we cannot rely on that. So as of now, until the examination form is releasing, until the timetable is releasing, we will keep in mind that the examination is going to happen in November. So October is the target date where you have to stop studying. So by that virtue, my target is to finish the portions by September. In case in June, July period, if we get to know the what is the timetable, accordingly, if it is known that it is going to happen in December, then we will slow it down or pace it down in such a way that the portions, few subjects will get over by September and few might get over by October mid or October end. So that November you'll again have a time to revise and then give exam. And I'll tell you one thing very clearly, I will design the entire day schedule in such a way that your classes will be for, in somewhere in between 5 to 7 hours, and remaining hours, I will plan for you how to do your revisions, how to do the test on routine basis. So that cycle is very, very important, because that cycle I followed for all the people right from 11th, 12th, CA Foundation, all these batches what I've completed, and this process has given me results. So this process, I am not willing to deviate. So my humble request is, whether you're going college or not going to college, you have to follow this. If you're not going to college, your pressure will be slightly less. If you're going to college, your pressure will be more. But I don't want you to compromise. You'll have to put that many extra efforts. No compromise on the process. In a day, if you have to study that many hours, means you have to study. Online people, am I clear with what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Coming to your classes, so April and May, the timings, see, if I talk about accountancy classes, it is going to be every day, Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, morning 9:30 to 12. Your economics and mathematics classes is going to be somewhere 3 to 5. Either it can be daily economics 3 to 5 and followed by 5:30, say 6:37 economics, or max alternative basis, or we can go on alternative basis. For example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday we'll do max 3 to 5. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday we'll do other subject 3 to 5. So April, May, we have the time to play, because all of you are available full time. Since you're not going to college, we'll try to shuffle between the timing so that it can be easy for the faculties also to plan, because they have their personal commitments or personal work. So accordingly you can plan. So April and May, the schedule could be a little bit here and there. But once we start, that college period starts, mid of June or end of June. From there, we have a routine. From 2:30, we'll start the classes. It will get over by 8:30. So in that period, the timing is completely defined. What time, which subject will be handled, everything will be completely defined. But April, May, until the college starts in mid of June, we have the hands to play the timing here and there. So we'll inform well in advance, so you don't have to worry about it. So everything will be pakka informed to you in advance, so you can plan accordingly. And people, those who cannot come for offline classes by any reason, you can always watch the online live. And even if you cannot watch the online live class, you have the option to watch the recorded class. So recorded class, the validity is unlimited, so you can watch whenever you want again. So this is what I want to discuss, guys. If you want to discuss anything specific, I'm willing to take up those questions. Online people, first of all, I'll ask you, do you have any specific queries?
Sir,
Yes, Navya.
so I had told you that I was applying to one college in Bangalore,
Yes.
St. Joseph. So if I have to apply for their morning course, which is only for people who are in the CS, CA, CMA and all,
Yes.
I need to show the registration ka thing with ICI. So
Yeah.
when should I register?
Okay, coming to registration, tonight, I'll be giving you a list of documents, what is required. Keep that ready. Tomorrow is again an auspicious day. So tomorrow you can plan to register. Today and tomorrow both are okay. So today also you can do it. Tomorrow also you can do it. So I'll be sharing the list of documents, what is required. I'll just tell as of now, orally I'll tell you. See, one, what you need to have 4 documents. The first document is your 10th mark sheet. You should have your 10th mark sheet. Take a photo of that, or you can take a color Xerox of that. Take a color Xerox of that. You have to do a self attestation. That is, your signature has to be there. Okay. Take a color Xerox of 10th mark sheet. Sign it. Take a photo. You have a lot of PDF scanners. Mobile application is there, no? Scan it PDF. Once the PDF is taken, ensure that the size of that PDF is not crossing 1 MB. Because when we upload in the website, the size that is allowed is only 1 MB. So if your PDF is for, let's suppose, 1.5 MB, so you have to compress it. So you can compress it in 2 ways. The best way is what? If you send the file in WhatsApp and receive it back, So WhatsApp has got an auto compressing feature. So automatically it compresses. If not, if you go to Google and you type in the Google, compress PDF option, there are so many online free website which is available, which can do the compressing work. So ensure that your 10th mark sheet, self-attested mark sheet, is up to 1 MB maximum. It should not cross 1 MB. That is the first document that you should have. Okay. Second document that you should have is your 12th ka hall ticket. Basically, 12th mark sheet wouldn't have come to you. You should have your 12th ka hall ticket or registration, this thing ready. I think hall ticket only we say, no? Yeah, 12th ka hall ticket, you have to keep it ready. And that also same procedure. You have to have a PDF document up to 1 MB maximum. Two documents clear. One 10th, another 12th. 12th mark sheet you will not have. It will come to you later only. So these two documents, as of now, you'll keep it ready. Third document is you'll keep your passport size photo ready. I think I'll check and tell you whether it is passport size or stamp size, but photo you have to keep ready. Take a photo of that. Which photo you'll take? Don't take PDF form. If you take your camera ka photo, that comes in JPEG file or JPEG form. So you have to have the photo in the JPEG format, crop it properly in that photo size. And it should be up to 100 KB. It should be up to 100 KB. So I'll just note down the documents so that you can remember. First is 10th mark sheet. It should be self-attested. Self-attested. And the size should be 1 MB in the PDF format. Okay, not okay. Second will be 12th hall ticket, 1 MB PDF. Then your pick either passport size or stamp size, that I'll confirm you. That you have to take photo normally in your camera. Phone camera is there, no? Take photo that. The format of that photo will be in form of JPEG. It will be in form of JPEG. And this should be 100 KB maximum. It should be 100 KB. And the fourth one is take a white paper. On that, put your signature. Take a photo again from the camera and crop it. Crop it. And this also should be 100 KB. This should be in JPEG format. These are the 4 documents that you have to keep ready. Plus, you have to keep your net banking, debit card, credit card facility also ready. Because once you start the process, in the WhatsApp group, I'll give you step-by-step procedure. What you have to do, just follow those step-by-step procedure. Everything is doable. I will send you the website link where you have to go and register. After that, I'll send you one by one step that you have to follow to do the registration. So for doing the registration, these 4 documents is you have to keep it ready. Plus, you have to keep your mobile number ready, email ID ready, mobile number of yours, your parents, email ID of yours, keep it ready. If you don't have email ID, keep it and create and keep it. Email ID is required. Then you need your address, home address. You have to keep it ready. Keep these documents ready. Keep your net banking ID password of your parents ready. Debit credit card if they are using for payment, that also should be ready. Because once you start this process, it ends with only payment. And once the payment is done, you'll get an acknowledgement telling that you have registered. Once it is done, you'll get a receipt of payment. Acknowledgement will come to you in email within 1 or 2 working days. So let's suppose tomorrow is Friday. If you're doing tomorrow, you might expect this mail on Monday or Tuesday. In that mail, what they'll be mentioning is that on so and so particular date, you have been successfully registered under CA Foundation course. Like that, they'll give you, and they'll give you provisional number. Why it is provisional? Because this provisional number becomes a pakka registration number only after you upload your 12th mark sheet. So the moment you get your 12th mark sheet, you have to upload it. So you have to go to the same login where you uploaded these documents. You have to go there. Wherever you have uploaded the hall ticket, there you have to re-upload the 12th mark sheet. Once that is submitted, ICA will cross-check that, and if they find everything okay, the provisional number becomes your registration number, and your registration number will start with SRO. S means Southern Regional Office. So since we are stated in South India, so for us it is SRO. People in North India means NRO. People in East India means ERO. West India means WRO. Central India means CRO. So there are 5 regions. So you will get the SRO ka registration. Your SRO number so and so karke, you'll get your registration number. So this SRO number will be there throughout you complete your final journey. This SRO number is like, your Aadhaar card, like Aadhaar card is the number dedicated for you. Am I clear? So these are the documents that you have to keep it ready. And I'll share all the step-by-step procedure tonight itself. So tomorrow, being auspicious day, you can discuss with your parents and register. So let's say tomorrow, if you're completing the registration, Monday or Tuesday, you can expect the SRO number. And after that, 1 or 2 days further, they will take and they'll send you another email. In that email, they will give you a link where you have to go and place the orders for your book. That is called a CDS portal. That link will be of CDS portal. CDS portal, they'll give a link. You have to go to that link, log into that, and you have to select the CA Foundation, that entire bunch of books. You get 6 books: accounts, max, BCR, BCK, economics, law. So select that, and they'll ask you to make the payment. But there is one option, because while registering for this, you would have paid 9,200. This 9,000 includes the charges of your books. So there'll be an option. If you tick it, the cart value will become automatically 0. And you can place the order. Within 1 week, you will get the books. Within 1 week, that is sometimes within 4-5 days also you get book. Sometimes it might take 5-6 days also. So within a week's of time, you'll get the book. Am I clear? So until the book comes to all of you, the soft copy is available in the website. So if you want to cross-refer and meantime and work out something, it is available. But for accounts, anyways, we are using scanners. So by that virtue, you don't have to bother about. But for law, economics, and max, you might need a book. So until the book comes, you will have to do the soft copy. So my suggestion is tomorrow finish off your registration, if possible. If not, if you want to wait for a better auspicious day, then do it. Nothing wrong. But if possible, maximum do it by tomorrow, so that next within 1 week or 10 days you'll get the books. So today being an auspicious day, I wanted to just start this CA Foundation journey with all of you. So next we'll be starting the classes from 16th of April, because we have Vishu coming up, Tamil New Year coming up, we have Easter coming up. So I didn't want people to not enjoy. So I'm a kind of a person who feels that wherever required, the balance of thing has to be there. So anyways, I'm going to screw you for next of 6 months. So now I thought I'll leave you. So next 3, 4, 5, 1 week, you enjoy and come back with complete energy. So 16th of April, we'll be starting with accountancy, followed by economics and mathematics. April end, we might commence with law, or we might start with first week of May. So I think by first week of May, you will have full-fledged, you will roll out with all the 4 subjects. Because why law we are differing for May? Because we wanted, there is some heavy lifting for accounting, especially for matriculation people. So there is some heavy lifting, so you have to focus a lot on accounting. So I didn't want you to focus on 4 subjects together and totally collapse. So law we've kept on hold, and we are focusing majorly on accounting so that you can bounce back strong. And if need be, if you are too much pressurized, let me know. If you want me to reduce the mathematics or economics class also for a while, for a week, I'm willing to do that also. So we can discuss. So one thing that you have to be very clear is that if you have any difficulty, if you have a problem, I have a solution. This is my standard dialogue. If you have a problem, I have a solution. So do not hesitate that should I go and ask or should I go and not ask? I'm your friend. We are not too different. Just hardly 1-2 years of age gap. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So I'm your friend only. You can talk to me. Whatever problem you have, you can come and discuss with me. Don't hesitate that, should I ask sir or not? Will he scold? Do I look like scolding guy? Wow, fellow, this fellow. Do I look like a scolding guy on people? Hello?
No, sir.
Have
No,
I ever
sir.
scolded you in 11th and 12th standard? Tell me.
No, sir.
So do I look like a Dracula to all of you? Am I approachable? Guys, those people who have
Yes,
studied,
sir.
tell me no. Others, what they will think?
Yes, sir.
Tell me. Am I approachable? Yes, thank you. Right, so this is how the journey should be. And in Tamil, there is the dialogue that I often say, "Ishtapattu padinga, kastapattu padikadinga," which means what? Learn with full energy, enthusiasm, and like what you're studying, love what you're studying. Don't study with compulsion. Don't study that I have to study. No, enjoy the journey, because you're going to get enormous amount of knowledge. And that knowledge tomorrow you have to go and show off when you start working. All of you like to do show off? All of you like to do show off, no? At least show off of knowledge.
Yes,
Because
sir.
you know something, no? So you have to go and show it off to people, no? So for that sake, you have to study properly. So enjoy this learning journey. Don't take it as a burden. It's a beautiful course. Too much of negative hype that is created. It's nothing. Tomorrow, when you come and sit on my side and see, you will say, what Jujutsu course? What a chiller course, and so much build-up they're giving. The DOF course, very difficult to clear and all. Nothing like that. Dedicated, full 8 to 12 hours study wherever required. Proper process that I'll give you, please follow it. 100% is doable. The target is not just to pass, the target is to carve it down with the grand score. Am I loud and clear, online people? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Super. So any more questions from your side?
Sir,
Yeah,
about
until 16,
the
once again, Sai, there's one question from offline. So yes, until 16, there is no class. So you do all the registration process that you have to do. And there are some people, those who want to, take up the hostels at nearby area and settle it down. So all of you settle down completely. So 16th, once we start, there's no looking back, and making all the arrangements. Let's not waste time into that. So still 16, you don't have any classes. But yes, matriculation people, you don't have time till 16. You have to do the targets that are given you. For example, Gunapati, Riza, Selina, and Swati, we have given you the targets, that the certain topics that you have to complete, so that your basics will become revamped. So when you come for the 16th class, you will be able to take it from there very smoothly and easily. So you don't have rest time. You relax nicely in the 12th standard. Now it is time to work more hard. So matriculation people, yeah. So once you complete the process, because these people have completed the formalities now, so they have started. So all the other matriculation people who have not completed the formalities, please complete it by today and tomorrow. So you'll be given the idea and classes, how you should be planning, etc., etc. So so that you set, there are around 20, 28, 30 lectures that you have to watch before you come on 16th, right? So that your basics is like super strong, where I can construct some 40, 50 story building. Like that, it has to be super strong. So for that, you have to do a little bit of weightlifting. So 8 to 12 hours easily from tomorrow onwards, you have to put it. It's not difficult, no? You've been doing it, both of you. Yeah. So you can give comfort to these people. They're getting scared. So, or what is it? Nothing, anything difficult you found so far? Do you find it easier? Better? Good. So maybe after this video, I'll end. No, just stay on. There's some extra points that I want to discuss, which I don't want to put it on recording mode. So I'll be saying Tata bye bye and all. Don't go anywhere, online people. Just hold on. Huh? Yes, Sai, you had some doubt.
sir, about the new course, sir, will the December exam will be in existing course?
99% no chance, Kana, because see, December we were informed that the new scheme will come. But a couple of weeks ago, ICI has released a notification telling that for inter and final, it is not going to happen. May only it is going to happen. I don't foresee any reason why it should happen for foundation people. Though the official notification is not come, but 99% chances are that only the existing scheme will continue. That is what my feel is, because books, nothing is uploaded on the website and there's no clarity till date. And if you are giving the examination November and December, if people don't start now, I don't know when they will start. So 99%, I feel that the existing scheme is only going to happen. And so many academies I've discussed with, they are also starting with the existing scheme only. So we'll stick on to the current scheme. Kana.
Okay, sir.
Any other queries, please? Online people, any other queries, please? Disha, Jivitesh, Mahalakshmi, Navya, Ruby, Sai, Yogi. Any question, please?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So can
No,
I stop the
sir.
session?
Yes.
Okay, I'll say Tata bye bye. Don't go, online people. Wait. Offline people, any queries? Can we wrap up? Super. So yes, people, that's all from my side for today's session. I'll see you in the next class, which is on 16th, morning 9:30 a.m. sharp. Until then, bye-bye. See you. Take care.